want to give a shout out to DJ Astonish. And I want to give a shout out to On the Come Up and the Coalition DJs and everybody rocking with me. And I want y'all to stay tuned because we turning up. We only going up. And we ain't feeling no negative vibe.
I don't feel your vibe. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I don't feel your vibe. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I don't feel your vibe. I don't feel it.
I'm joined by the one and only Rayy Stackz. You know what? I'm so glad you're joining me. I'm so glad it's great to get connected. I'm fully like fucking with your shit out here. Like I'm loving it, man. Like honestly, absolutely loving it. So it was only right I connected with you.
For sure. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And, obviously the latest project, Bonnie Parker, it's a dope project, I got to say. Absolutely hot. I actually stumbled across on your track. I can't say it because the slang, but I
don't feel it.
I don't feel it. Honestly, I presented it out here. I was just like, yo, the way you make that track sound, it's just like crazy. So first off, I just want to get to know you and where you're from. Are you from Memphis? I'm presuming it's Memphis. Yeah, Memphis. Okay, Memphis girl.
Yeah, I'm from Memphis.
Born and raised then, yeah?
Yeah.
Born and raised.
I've been here since I was 7 years old. I actually was born in Nashville, but I moved here when I was 7.
Okay.
So I've been in Memphis since I was younger.
And how did you become this rapper that you are today, this boss lady? honestly,
well,
you know what?
I've been doing music.
You're going, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say
I've been doing music.
Honestly, okay. You go first, I'll go after.
Okay. Well, I've been doing music since I was like 12. So I started off with the piano. I used to take piano lessons and I used to do piano. And my grandma, with my dad's mother, she always made us do some form of music. So I always been dealing with music, and I also been writing since I was younger, at a younger age.
So you're a music girl then, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm gonna
without it.
You can't live it now. I feel you, girl. Well, what I was going to say was, when you become global, no doubt, and that's when, remember I told you boss lady, yeah? That's going to be your mark name because, honestly, yeah, when I watch your videos and I just see like, yo, this girl owns it. Like you own it, just everything about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like your style, just how you bring it. Tell me, like, so where did rapping come about for you? How did you become this boss lady in rap?
In rap, I would say I started off with writing. So I started putting my feelings onto paper. And then I was like, I could go to the studio. I saw other rappers. I was like, I know I could do that. I'm harder than that. Like, I was like, So I figured it out. Like, I didn't know the business side, or I didn't know how to, me personally, I didn't know that I could go to the studio. I always looked at it as like it was just a dream. You know what I'm saying? I didn't never feel like that I could possibly get out here and actually do this and make it happen. So what I did was I wrote a song, and then I looked into studios, and the first studio I ever recorded it was One Sound in Memphis. So that's how my journey began, to me actually going, like taking it further and actually being serious about my craft, because I always done freestyle and did music. I always done it.
Yeah. Well, what's it like supporting in your hometown in terms of your music? It seems like you got some huge supporters out there.
In the city of Memphis, you do get support from minor people. I would say my support level in my city it's all right. But I do have the people that do support me, but I get more support when I leave the city. Like when I'm out of my city, I get way more love.
Wow. When you make your first track then, like and start putting go on.
My first track was probably made about 4 years ago. It was called Loyalty. And it was actually a story. It was based on like a person that they are so real, but they get turned on at the end. That was the storyline. It was like a story type of song.
So, making music and that, in like you say, you got a lot of love when you step outside the town, and all the rest of it. Like, would you say this is a career for you now? Would you say this is where you're aiming to go? You're here to mash up the scene.
I would say me being an artist, yeah, that's like a priority for me right now.
Yeah.
Other than my clothing brand,
yeah, because you got
it's like my career.
Yeah, because I see you got a clothing brand out there. I see you, little entrepreneur girl.
Yeah.
I see you, entrepreneur girl, Hussein. I rate that. So you got the clothing brand, which you first off, having a little clothing brand in that, because I see people whacking up your tracksuits and all the rest of it, man. Like, how did a clothing brand come about? What made you create a clothing brand? Like,
the clothing brand came about because I feel like as an artist, you always have to have something that's accessible to the public. Like you always have to have merch. If you don't have merch, it's like you just out here rap. You don't have anything tangible for your fans to grab onto or to get. They can always buy your music. Like, they gonna always remember your music, but you should also create a brand. I feel like that's like the most important part of it. And my brand is actually called Stacking Season. So it's entitled like to my name as well. Rayy Stackz, Stacking Season. And it's for all ages.
I see that. So you're putting full investment in this.
Yes, full investment.
Okay, so you're getting support from the Coalition DJs, I see, out there. I'm a part of the Coalition DJs. I'm plugging artists out here in the UK. So I've recently joined. That's how I came across you. What's been the support like in terms of like the Coalition? Like, have you done like one of their new music events or anything like that? New Music Sundays or Mondays?
Well, with the Coalition DJs, I know DJ LW, and he always has been one of my biggest supporters. And the Coalition DJs just started like really chiming in on my music. Okay. Like recently when I dropped my project, they was like, I guess like the song was like, yeah, that's it. So they've been showing me mad support. So shout out to Coalition DJs, shout out to you, and shout out to LW.
That's crazy. Well, now the project's out. Bonnie Parker, what was this project really about for you? Like putting this piece of material out, like what was your like goal that you wanted people to take from this?
I feel like Bonnie Parker, for me putting this project out was something for the fans, because they always told me, you always put one single out. We want to hear more music from you. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put some more songs out. So I was doing single for single at first. And then I was like, well, they saying they want more music. So I give them an EP, a short album. Bonnie Parker, the title came from the grind, the motivation, the go get it mentality. Like, she went and got it. Like, how by any means, whatever she had to do, she went and got it. So this me. I feel like whatever it is, whatever it takes, I'm gonna go get it. So that's how I related that title into my project.
Where does your positivity come from to be like, I'm going to own this and do what I do? Some people, they doubt and fear of it not working out stops them from doing things. What makes you just grasp it and be like, I'm going to just grab hold of this, declare what's mine attitude come from?
I would say me chasing my dreams, me staying on my grind. I think of it as, what do you want out your future? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't continue to move forward and keep going and think positive, then what are you really doing in life? You're not really doing what you want to do. Yeah. So my positivity comes from me wanting to pursue my goals and me getting up every day in the morning, waking up, because there's people that is not waking up. So I look at that and I look at the motivation that other people get from me. I have a team and they like, we know you're gonna make it, so it's people depending on me to make it. So I really look at that as positivity, like to keep positively moving.
Well, there's no doubt you're definitely woken up, and I feel you on that. There's a lot of people out there that are walking dead and just going with the emotions. They're not really switched. They're not waking up and realizing, what's my purpose? What do I hold?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel you, girl. Musically, I feel you. 100. Your music then. what vibe do you want people to take from your music as a, you know, as a whole? Like what's kind of like vibes are we expect? Have we seen all of Rayy Stackz yet? Or is there more?
No, y'all ain't saying half of
Yo.
me. Like, I feel like when you listen to my music, I want you to feel a vibe. If you don't feel a vibe when you listen to my music, I don't want you to listen to it at all. I want people, like, real talk. I don't want people to be like, she just rapping. Or if I want, when you pop my music in, I want you to be like, I can relate to that. You know, I can feel that. Oh, she's talking about something. That's how I want you to feel when you listening to me. And as far as versatility, I have not actually, I would say, got into other sides of what y'all could see from me. So I'm definitely still working. I'm still perfecting my craft, all of it.
You know why I wanted to speak to you, and why I speak to the artists that I tend to interview like on the come up, is because I always like looking for authenticity, you know, like people who have their own identity, who come in and, you know, not trying to be like everybody else, not trying to be the same and fit in. And you know what gravitated me to your music, I was just like, yeah, different, you know, owning her shit, you know. Being different is difficult. Was it difficult for you to come into industry and be yourself, or was it quite comfortable for you?
It was quite comfortable for me. I would say, like, it's never been a challenge for me to be me. But I would say, like, as far as them adapting to it, you know, there's a challenge, like them accepting that you are yourself. That's the challenge. But as far as me coming into the game and being myself and popping my shit, nah, I don't got no problem with that. But it's me finding my, like, the image that I want to portray. You know, that's really what it's about, the image.
Well, you know, what where does your influence in music come from? You know, because, you know, like sometimes some artists, you listen to certain artists and you can tell, oh, they you can say they sound like this person, they sound like that person. But you, I don't really hear much like I'm not saying you haven't got influences, but I do hear your own sound. Do you know what I mean? Like, but obviously you must have some form of like influence somewhere there, where you artists that you look up to are inspired by, or that's kind of give you some form of swag. Like, what kind of like artists, like musically, were you into? And it could be anything, not just like rap music and all the rest of it. Like,
I would say my biggest influence in music, it's really hard to say, but my favorite artist is Starlito. But as far as me looking up to him, like, I'm gonna say, for me making my music, no, but him being my favorite artist, yeah. I like that he comes with realness and he is himself. So maybe he did influence me on, you can do this and be yourself, and you can do this and be real. But I also like Lil Chat, and I like how she, you know, how she rock and how she herself too, and she gangster. So them, I would say them are my top influences, 3 6 Mafia. But as far as me developing my own sound, I never wanted to sound like anybody. So there's just one thing that I always master is like, right, if you're gonna do this, you gotta have your own sound and you gotta have your own flow. So this one thing that I always try to do when I make my music.
So it's fair to say that you are your own blueprint then?
Yes. I write my own music and everything.
That's mad. How about production? So you got a producer? Do you have a particular producer at all?
Yes, I do have my own personal producer. His name is Contraband Beats. And I've been working with him for probably about a year now. And we have like a real strong relationship. So I listen to my producer and he listen to me. And if I'm not saying it right, or if I'm not doing it right, he gonna tell me. That's how I kind of developed my sound on Bonnie Parker, because I worked with one producer instead of actually being an artist, just saying, hey, let me get a beat, let me get a beat. Working with a producer actually helped me a lot. So yeah, I have my own in-house producer, and we developed my sound actually from it, because I had a sound before, but now it's like I feel like I could do anything. I can do anything just by listening and working with a producer.
You know, you strike me as a very serious person, and fun at the same time. Like, it's like that. You know, when I say serious as well, because I'm a serious person. Don't get me wrong. Like, I know what I want in my life. You know what I mean? I know what I want in my life, and I know how I want it to be done. But I also know how to get turned up. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you like to get turned up. I know you like.
You look like you're ready to turn up.
Yeah, I'm ready to turn up. That's what, honestly, when I first dropped your track out here in the UK, I mean, I was spinning it back and all the rest of it because I was like, yo, man, this tune's a bop. Fortunately, I couldn't pronounce it because I just can't make it sound as good as you do. But which is Ion Feet. You know what? The day I'm out in the States, we need to meet up, and you're gonna have to give me a tutorial how to do it, and then hopefully I can master it because the trying. I just love it. I love the vibe. But on a serious note, like you seem so sure, like folk. Some people are just so. How can I put it? Like you say, people are dead out there. Like, do you know what I mean? There's so many people switched off. They ain't got, they're doing shit and they don't know what the fuck they're doing it for. Like, you seem like, you know what I'm saying? We're going deep now. We're going deep. But, we're going deep. But you know where I'm coming from? Like, you seem like, what's made you have this like head on to be like, I'm switched on. I know what I want. I know how to, like, where does that come from? Because it takes a strong person to be like that, to not be a part of the sheep.
Well, I say, what makes me keep going and what makes me continue to do this is I like a challenge. And I was on Clubhouse. It's an app.
Yeah,
it's like
I'm aware. Yeah.
I know you probably heard of it. Yeah. But I was on Clubhouse and it was this guy. He was like, "You're not going to make it." He was like, "You will never make it," because he was like, "Because of your size, you will never make it in the industry." So when it's like when a person tell me something that I can't do, it's like they just motivate me to go harder. So it's a lot of people who have been on a journey with me. It's a lot of people who I've lost, and it's a lot of people who doubt me. And it's just like in the back of my head, this make me go even harder. So it's like I gotta prove these people wrong, and at the same time, this is what I want to do. And then anything that you want to do, you can do it. You gotta stand on it.
For real, absolutely, for real. I really rate that. Speaking about, you say, like people will sit there and discredit you for your size. I like the fact that you sit here and like you make your videos. You're not one of some people. They go and. Some people's reaction would be, let's say The Walking Dead, for example, would be, okay, I'll go and lose weight, and then I'll try and fit into the, you know what I'm saying, fit into the wall. But you seem to like, you embrace that. You represent it for the ladies, them. Like, how important is that for you to show people, like, you know what? Don't matter how you look, how you size, it's what content and you're coming with.
I would say that's more important than anything, because you have to think about it. You have people around the world who you can't control how you're born. So what if you were born that way? You have no way of, really just immediately releasing weight. So it's people around the world who are of bigger size, who may feel down or, feel like they can't do something. And I want to be the person that motivate them and say, hey, you can do whatever you want to do. Like, nobody is telling you that you can't do this, so that's what I look at. I look at all the people around the world that could be one of me, you know what I'm saying? That could be wanting to do it, and they scared, or they scared of what people would think. People have to realize that you have to do whatever you want to do, regardless of how people feel, because guess what? They're going to do what they want to do.
Absolutely. The decisions you make are only going to affect you. It's not going to affect anybody else, right?
Right.
So you have to do you. And I like the fact that you own your sexiness, right? I mean, like, I watch these videos and I'm just like, yo, man, that's why I call you the boss girl, man. Seriously, you own it. And I like that because I love to connect with people who are different. Do you know what I'm saying? Because growing up, I'm different. There's nothing wrong with being different. I say it time again to everyone I interview, to I speak to. Everybody's different. It's only society that we live in that accommodates us for being the same. I say it over and over again. And, until people get that out of their head, where, when you sit there trying to fit into a box that you're not even supposed to fit in, because there's some places we ain't supposed to be.
You're not supposed to be the same. You're supposed to be different.
Absolutely.
Like, no one is supposed to look alike.
You know what I'm saying? Seriously. And, you know, I say this as well is that, you know, one thing that nobody can do is be you, because there will never be another you. But, you know, we've got people in this world that live and they seem to, you know, oh, yeah, they got identity issues. Let's just put it that way. You know, they got identity issues. They ain't found themselves. They ain't been in touch with themselves. Would you say growing up, like in your life, would you say certain experiences have shaped you the way you are, like to be the way you are? Like, would you say you've always been open-minded?
Yeah, I've always been adventurous. I ain't gonna fly. Like, I done always been the person that's like, let's do it. Or I'm the person that like, we'll explain it later. Let's go after what we want to do. We gonna tell them what we did later and why we did it. So yeah, I always been that person.
I feel it. I feel it. Yeah, I feel it. Tell me, what's the show like with Rayy Stackz?
You said what's what?
What's the show like with Rayy Stackz? No doubt it's a turn-up, right?
Oh, a show. Oh, you want to talk about a show?
Yeah, I want to talk about a show. Yeah.
Okay, shows. My shows be turned. Like, I'm just gonna say that my shows, like, it's like when I do a show, it's like I'm a whole nother person. Like, I could be sitting here right now. You could be like, she not finna turn up. She ain't finna, like, I know when I walk in my show, they be like, oh, she not finna do nothing. Yeah, I'm turning up. I want the crowd, I want the crowd reacting like I love crowd control. Like, my shows gotta be turned all the way. I just got back from Carbondale, Illinois, and I had fun, and I did my own concert in Florida. So we definitely turned through.
Oh, and what's the response been like? You know, what's it been like performing, you know, like your tracks that you've made for the people? And
right now, it's like my song now is like really picking up, because I think it's more of a relatable track. Like, people didn't fuck with me back then, but they want to fuck with me now. So everybody done been through that in their life where somebody didn't really just want to mess with them, but then you come up, you popping, or you do something different, and everybody like, oh yeah, I want to, you know, what's up with you? You know, they want to holler at you now. So I feel like that track, me performing it and the energy that I give off, it's like the crowd feed onto it, and they're like, yeah, they're right. Why we like they going with it? So I feel like that's it right there. Like, this song is going all the way up.
Oh, it's a vibe. It's a vibe, no doubt.
Right.
Where are we going in 22 then? What's your plan musically then? What are you working on next? What we got in the vault?
2022, I plan to give my fans more music. Like, more music and more visuals, because they always say I don't make enough music. So I plan to give them more music and more visuals, and I would say more vlogs, so they can get to know me. Because I'm really like an introvert. I really don't too much like people. But
oh my God, you know what? You and me are gonna get on really well.
It's like I could be around, like, I'm not too much of a people person, but it's like you would think like, yeah, she is. I don't know how to explain it, but
you know what? You don't even need to explain it, because I kind of feel you. I feel, you know, people think I interview people. You know, this is my social life. This right now is my social life, me talking to you, because I don't have one. Yeah. I love my own company. I love being in my vibe. I love,
you get it.
I get it. Yeah, but I'm very comfortable in myself. Leave me alone. You know, this particular seriously, this particular year, I've assassinated so many people in my life. Like, you know, certain people that are just like, you know, the hangers-oners and the people that have no reason to be in their life, but I'm just accommodating them for the
they just hanging on.
They're just hanging on.
Hanging on by a string.
You know what I'm saying? So literally, I've been chopping it up, right? And you know, someone said to me, "You're looking really well lately." And I said, you know why? It's because you've not got people in your life. And I realized, because I'm at a point in my life, you know, the unnecessary people. So I've been living my life like this, and I just do my work. So my work is my form of human contact. But so I get it. So, but then people think, oh, you talk to people for a living, you interview artists. You know what I'm saying? That's as far as it goes. That's different. That's a job.
That ain't got nothing to do with. They don't have nothing to do with.
Absolutely.
People, like, you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. I feel you. Absolutely, I feel you. And would you say you've always been like that in terms of just your own company? Would you say life experiences put you that way?
Well, I'm the only child, so I've always
Okay.
been like to myself. But I used to be more of like I could hang around people where I want. Like I would have a lot. Like when I was younger, I had a whole lot of friends. I used to have a whole lot of sleepovers. But now you can't pay me to just. You can't pay me to be like, hang out with a lot of girls. Like it's catty. Like no.
Would you say it comes with the experience? Because this is what I found with me, right? Like I felt like my experience with people, why I decided to say, because I used to be so sociable. I used to be the guy in the parties, you know, talking to everyone and all the rest of it. And then I just realized, you know what? People are so damn fake. And
oh God,
you know what I'm saying? And I just thought, you know what? You talk to one person and, you know, people just come with the unnecessary drama that you don't hear about. And everybody's talking about someone.
Everybody talking about somebody.
Yeah.
Everybody talking about somebody and ain't nobody doing nothing.
Seriously.
Like, yeah.
Seriously. Yeah. So one day I was just like, you know what? I can't deal with this shit anymore. It was giving me anxiety. And then I'm thinking, it was giving me anxiety. So I'm like, oh,
it make you feel bad. Like it don't make you feel, it don't give you a good feeling at all.
Absolutely not. And I just realized a lot of these people that was around is because they're lost. They got nothing going off in their life. They got no physical hobby. And
don't have nothing going, don't have nothing to do. And 9 times out of 10, you could actually say that when you tend to have different things in your life going on, like you investing in yourself or you doing what you love to do, some people don't like it. Like they don't like to see you happy. You know, they don't want to see you doing what you love to do because they don't know what they want to do.
Seriously, they got no creativity in their heads where they can create something. I always say there's 2 types of people, right? There's the creators and then there's the takers. There's the people that, you know what I'm saying? There's the people that actually can create their own shit and all the rest, and all the people that just take and want to jump on the bandwagon. And that's what I experienced all throughout my life. Because, you know, I remember when I was trying to become a radio DJ and I was told, you know, by this one particular, quite many people, but one particular person told me I'd never make it into radio. I didn't have what it takes and all the rest of it. And I'm thinking, who are you to tell me that just because you might not like what I do, doesn't mean that I don't relate to other people the way I do it. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, there's a market for a lot of people. You look at today's generation with the whole social media and the rest of it. Yeah. There's people becoming celebrities that, artists, we'll call them artists. They call themselves artists, but like they become artists from the back of, going viral from just being a joke by being a meme or something like that. You know what I mean? And
or like you could people going viral for outfits, people going viral for different things. Like it doesn't even have to be. And some people, I'm gonna say majority of people that do go viral and they doing like some funny stuff. Sometimes most of them do music. Or most of them are attached to something that they really want to do, so that helps them grow in another way.
Seriously. So, you know, being like an introvert, you know, I mean, I call it a hobby. I'm a hobby because when I was growing up, I used to be called like the boy in the bubble because I loved my back bedroom. I was just, you know, everybody used to try and say there was something wrong with me, but there wasn't anything wrong with me. It was actually something wrong with them. And you know what I mean? I'm saying they were too busy focusing on what I'm doing. I'm not actually focusing on themselves, realizing that they're actually more damaged than what I am. The only damage that was in my life is that I had these people in my life trying to tell me how to live my life. But like being like this person, then like, how is it like with energy with you around certain people? You know, especially now in this music game, like you come in, starting to become a figure in the game, in the music, and you know, how do you balance it?
I would say me being an introvert is actually holding me back from situations. Because I don't like to get out and I have to be comfortable around the place or the place that I'm going or the people that I'm around. I have to be comfortable enough to go around them. Me doing the show, that's totally different, but like me just getting out and networking with people that I really don't know, it's kind of iffy. Like I don't really like it.
Okay, well, all right. You can answer me this next one then. Is that it's fair to say, and I might be wrong, but I believe I'm right. I'm going to test my psychic ability. Now, I'm only joking. But what I'm going to say is that it's fair to say that when you go into these environments, you're an observer, right? You're observing the people around you.
I look at before I do anything, I'm like, let me see what they turn like. What they doing over there? And I gotta do. I go in with my little binoculars. Like, what they doing? I gotta know what's behind me, what's beside me, what's in front of me. Nah. I'm a real observer.
I feel you, and you can. It's fair to say that when you're in environments, you can identify the people who are the bullshitters and who are the ones that are the real ones. You know.
Right.
I completely feel you, because I've been in I'm exactly the same. I was at a concert the other week. I was DJing at a concert and I was backstage with these artists, and I'm just observing everybody. And you know, I'm watching these people, like, you know, these people sipping back of the champagne and all the rest of it off their heads, and you know what they're doing. And I'm watching them. I'm thinking, I can see all the issues that you got going off in your head, like, you know.
Right, I can see that you're not all the way there.
And I feel you. It's difficult, and I feel it's difficult, and I can relate solely because in my career, when I was trying to get to where I was trying to get to, there's certain things that I could just not do because I couldn't put myself in certain environments, communicate with certain people, because, you know, I say I'm spiritual. So if my vibe is not, you know, if something don't feel right within me,
it's not for everybody.
Seriously,
it's not for everybody.
Seriously. But
and that's where I don't feel your vibe. I don't feel it. That's where that came from. Like, I can walk into it. Like, I can say, me personally, it doesn't really happen too much when I do shows. But like, if I'm trying to go to an event and network around, I get certain vibes. Like, I can walk into the building and it's like vibes hit me like from a mile away. I'm like, oh my God, this not it. Like, no. I tried and I'm still pursuing on trying. Like, I haven't gave up on trying to knock that out, you know, get it in the corner of me getting out and going places and doing different things. But it's rare. It's real rare right now. Like, I do it every now and then.
You know, Rayy Stackz. You need to create a remix. I feel your vibe, because I fucking feel your vibe. Like, literally, that is, you know what? That's my soundtrack this year. I don't feel your vibe. I don't feel it. Like,
look, you got it down.
I got it. Yo, that's because that shit came from the heart. Like, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
you felt it. You felt it that time.
I felt it that time. You know what? I felt, you know, you giving me that whole commentary right there, that real talk really, really is resonated. Like, yo, that is deep. You know, anytime I see this, you know, I'm going to tell a story now because I feel like I'm connecting with you on a level. Like, I went to this party, right, with this girl, and she was wearing Doc Martens shoes. I've told this story to many people. And I don't feel, all right, this is my personal thing. I don't like Doc Martens. If you like Doc Martens, it's your choice, but I don't like the shoe. You know the shoe, Doc Martens. Have you heard of them? I'm not sure if you've heard of them in America. Have you heard of Doc Martens, actually?
Doc Martens.
Okay. Okay, it must be. Okay. All right. Okay.
No, you talking about
Okay, it's definitely
Michael Kors.
I've heard of Michael Kors. Yeah. Okay, Doc Martens is like a.
That's what you talking about, Michael Kors.
Okay. All right. No. Okay. Doc Martens. Okay, I know Michael Kors. Doc Martens is like its own brand, a bit like Michael Kors, right?
No, I heard Doc Martens.
Okay, so, Doc Martens. So it's clearly an English thing then. Okay, but this is really good. I'm glad that you don't know about it, because I'm going to tell you about this shoe, right? So this girl's wearing this shoe that I don't like called Doc Martens, and the reason why I don't like it, because it is I associate it with I call them the devil shoes.
Oh, if they looking like that, I can just only imagine how they look in person. Oh my God.
Okay, all right. How I describe? All right. I'm gonna give you a translation of what Doc Martens would be like. And you know what? So many people probably like who be watching this right now in England who probably like Doc Martens be like, yo, this guy is off his head. But you know what? So
they probably got some on right now.
But on a serious note, yeah. In America, if you was to see a person with Doc Martens, I'll guarantee that you'd see a white supremacist with a machine gun. Because the kind of people that would wear them over here, like originally, would be like skinhead people.
So how did this person look their head farm out?
Okay, she was this is the thing, right? It's become a big shoe where a lot of people are just wearing it for fashion. But the original type, yeah. But the original type, yeah. But the original,
they already done messed up. They already messed up. You think I'm putting on just because you feel like somebody else don't rock it good? Everybody can't rock it. It's just like the big Balenciaga. Everybody can't wear it. It's not. No, I don't know. No.
For real. And this is my point. So this girl's wearing this shoe because for a fashion thing, but she don't know the history of the shoe. I know the history. I know the people. These are the kind of people that would have wear these, that would have started my dad in the nightclubs back in the day when black people weren't allowed to go in certain venues. So this is how far this history goes back. So this young girl's wearing the shoe, rocking like it's style. And this other girl turned around and said, "Oh, I like your shoes." So I'm like, I don't like them. And she said, "Oh, why not?" I'm real. I say what it's like. And actually,
you just told that girl like that. You said you ain't like them too.
Yeah, but actually, I was actually asked, what do I think of them? I was brought into the conversation. That's when I said, "Oh, I don't like him." And then, why not? I said, "Oh, because I associate them with the devil, like they're like devil shoes, like."
Right.
So anyway, this one, the girl, she turned around to me and she tried to say to me about how, I could say the same about your earrings or the same about your shoes. So
how you gonna get mad? But how she gonna get mad because you stated your opinion about her shoes? Like now you want to go tit for tat. It's like now you want to be petty about it. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
You don't even cause.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I said, I don't give a shit. I says, if you ain't paying my bills or putting food on my table, I couldn't care what you think. So then she was on the alcohol and all that. So she started crying, and then she started, she actually tried to say I was racist to her, which was kind of funny. My mother's white and she tried to say I'm racist because I didn't like her shoes. Anyway, long story short, right? This girl, I didn't feel her vibe. And it was as simple as that, right? Yeah. Because I was on this series the other day, right? I'm at this party and I'm watching the environment. I'm watching this girl when she comes in and she's wearing like these shoes and I'm watching how she's on the alcohol. I see a personality change and all the rest of it.
Yeah, you like, this I need.
For real.
This I need.
Yo, seriously. And I was in this environment.
Look, you already got on the shoes. Now you doing all these too. Then you want to come talk about my earrings?
You know what I'm saying? So that was the vibe I was in. And I felt, and I was looking out from the outside perspective. And yeah, okay, I might have discriminated against the shoes, but I knew the history of those shoes. I understood that a person wearing those shoes, and like I said, some people disagree, but like some people wearing those shoes, and knowing from the history that comes from, are white supremacy. And the people that wear them, they're either wearing them because of white supremacy or because they're lost and following the fashion. And I don't fuck like that.
And she was lost following the fashion.
She was lost following the fashion.
And it just goes on the board. We don't feel it.
We don't feel it. We don't feel it. We don't feel it. But Rayy Stackz, I definitely do feel your vibe. And it's really interesting because, I'm very selective when I interview certain people. I'm one of them people, I don't just interview anybody.
Right.
I don't interview anybody. I have to have some, I've been offered interviews before. Oh, interview this person. I turn it down and people tell me, why are you going to interview that person and all that? And I was just like, because I don't feel the vibe. It's as simple as that. And, it's really interesting me talking to you because, I never know who I'm going to talk to because I always like to know people on a one-to-one basis. I can sit there and I did watch a bit of it. I saw an interview on YouTube. I did watch a bit of that, but I don't really get sucked in because I like to find that information directly from the artist. But, speaking to you, it really, what I always say, your vibe attracts your tribe. And you know what? It really confirms, like speaking to you is like, this is why I mess with Rayy Stackz, man, because she's one of a, she's one of a kind. She's one of a kind.
Sir.
So it's been an absolute pleasure, like just touching down with you and like literally finding about what you're about. Like it's really, because it's showing to me not just that you've got the music, but there's so much more to the music, and I like that behind a person. So I'm wishing you every success, and I've got you covered out here, girl. Anything you need musically, I'm supporting you because you're a real one, and I only you're a real one. And
you said what I'm real with. Look, you said you're a real one.
Yeah, you're a real one. You're a real one. So
appreciate it.
yeah, no, I fuck with that 100 because man, there's too much fakeness in this world, and I'm at a point in my. You feel me?
Telling you, it's like it's oversaturated.
Seriously.
Yes,
Seriously.
I agree.
Seriously.
I definitely agree. Oversaturated.
Absolutely.
It's hard to tell. Like people, it's becoming such a trend now. It's hard to see it ain't hard to tell if you already know, but some people, they go in, they're like, oh, this a real nigga, or this a real female. nah. But I let people get their own view out of certain people. But once I figure out you ain't real, man, I get them scissors out. And I clip. And you gone. And that's it.
Ain't no coming back.
I don't want to talk to you or nothing. I don't want to speak to you. We don't none of that.
You know what? I was right in what I said at the start of this interview. You're a boss lady, girl. You're a boss lady in your own right. You're a boss for sure. Rayy Stackz, I'm looking forward to seeing what's next. How long we're going to wait until the next visual?
I would say my next visual will be, I must say, I'll probably get at the top of the year, January. Yeah, I need to go ahead and shoot my video to throw that. That will probably be my next thing to do, because it's like the numbers are going up on Apple Music for Throw That and now. So now I already has its own visual, but Throw That is like it's going up. So that's probably my next move, I would say.
Well, you keep up the work, girl, man. You keep it up, man. You struck that sexiness and you own it, man. You do your thing.
Okay, for sure. I really appreciate talking to you.
A couple bitches turned they back and then they switched up. I don't feel it. Niggas rocking with me in that real tough. I can't fuck with shit that been that break that fake love. I can't vibe with you if you ain't getting cake. You know I don't feel it. Straight to the point, I don't feel it. How you come fake, I don't get it. I'm the hottest out. Hands down, need hope to quit it.